for having me.
First time at Mixcon. How do you like it so far?
It's great. It's my first time Mixcon, but also first time Munich. So this morning I actually went sightseeing in the city for a few hours. Great city, and like I just said, it's pretty busy today. So it's getting hectic. Just finished my talk as well. Great feedback. The room was like full. So great times.
What have you been talking about?
This talk was about why you should do more in your music career than just music, because that's something I see happening a lot with artists. Like they're only focusing on music while there's a lot of other things that they should do, like branding and marketing and networking. So that's what I wanted to achieve in that talk. We also did like probably half of it did a Q&A, so I managed to get some questions done as well. It was fun.
Nice. So on your artist coaching website, you have a list like 51 reasons why
you found it. Yeah.
Want to be a DJ. So
yeah.
What is your top 3?
Poof. Well, definitely the gig in Belgrade. That was like, probably because my expectations were pretty low, that was the best gig I've ever done. So that was probably one. The collaboration with Hardwell has been a big highlight in my career, of course. And what should be 3? I think Star Beach in Greece was also, that was the thing that I came back regularly every like summer. And that was a great place to play, like near the beach, and the setting was perfect.
Was being a DJ like you expected?
Well, the fun thing is, I never consciously decided to become a DJ. So I didn't have any expectations at all. I just started DJing because I liked it, you know, and I was good at it, so I got more opportunities along the way. And over a time period of 10 years, that evolved into a career. So I never expected anything to be, I just became a DJ. So yeah, but it was fun.
It was fun?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. So as everybody knows, you experienced the negative sides too. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, I've been in a burnout in 2014, which was the highlight of my career, the highlight year at least. I was into my music career for about 10 years. Building towards that moment, like where everyone wants to go, you know, touring the world and having releases and yeah, doing the things you're dreaming of. And then I went to India and I ended up in a burnout. I just experienced something in my body and in my mind which I never felt before. I was feeling unhappy as hell and I didn't know where it came from. So that's where I started thinking like this isn't right, you know, like there's something's off. I didn't felt like playing, I didn't feel like making music, I needed help. So when I came back, I went to psychologists and to coach, which helped me, kind of, but not completely helped me. I needed to find out more about myself. And then I found out that this artist life that I've been living for over 12 years completely disconnects with how I want to live as a person. To give you an example, as a kid I've always been homesick. I couldn't be away from home than less than 10 meters or I started crying. And as a DJ, you travel a lot. So I was constantly pulled out of my comfort zone every day, which caused me to, it took me a lot of energy to make me feel comfortable in those situations. And eventually all that energy just cost me my toll.
Yeah, so would you say there would be any difference if you would tour a little bit less or something like that?
Actually no, because I didn't felt like the music industry was the big pressure which got me down, like the working pressure. I never experienced it like it was a hard job. I actually liked it, I've always liked it to travel on my own and stuff. But I think I completely neglected myself, like Joey Lelyveld, the person that I am, and not the artist JoeySuki. I kind of feel like the artist name took over my personal name and I completely neglected myself. And yeah, that caused me to end up in a burnout eventually.
So how long was the time between I end my DJ career till you decided to become an artist coach?
I think in between 2 years, like a year and a half, 2 years. It takes quite a time for me to first, get everything behind me and get okay with the fact that I quit DJing. What most of you don't know is that I actually started working in a factory in between because I wanted to feel normal.
What kind of?
Just a clothes factory. Like the only thing I was doing, I was sticking prices on to clothes, and I was sending them to like the shops. So like one job the whole day long from 9 to 5. I've done that for 6 months, and the reason for that is because my parents told me you need to get out of your head and do something different, like try something different, because I never experienced something different than DJing and making music. And those 6 months have been therapy for me. Like those 6 months have completely brought me back to the core of my life, like who I am and what I want to do. And that's where the idea of artist coaching actually started.
Yeah, that's great. I really respect that, like going from a point from having a burnout to get to an artist coach, like helping other people to develop a good career and it's not do maybe mistakes or...
Yeah, and the weird thing, well, the scary thing for me was that decision to go into that factory and work was so tough for me. And I was scared of the fact that were my thoughts. Like I feel like I've become this big guy and I shouldn't work at a factory anymore. Like I've put myself on a pedestal, and I was scared of that because I always thought I did that. I always thought I was still that neutral, simple guy, and somehow I was ashamed of going to a factory, which is nonsense because it's work, you know, like everyone has to work. Yeah, and that scared me. And then when I started working eventually, the first month was really tough because every minute of the day I started thinking, what the hell am I doing here? Why am I working here for $1,000 a month full time if I was used to make $2,000 an hour with a show? That just fucked with my mind.
More, I guess.
Yeah, between 1 and 3, and it fucked with my mind, and that scared me. I was thinking, like, why is my thought process like this? Because I never thought I would become like that. And then after a month or something, I started to get used to the environment, and the guy that I worked with, he had been working there for 25 years, and he just completely neutralized my personal opinion and brought me back to planet Earth. So yeah, that's when I had space again in my head to start thinking about new options, because until that moment I was just stuck. I just didn't know where to go. I lost myself, I lost my business, I lost my girlfriend, I lost everything. So I lost myself. And then when I had room to think again, I could start thinking about what would I do next. And that's when...
Was it hard to start over?
With a new company? Actually no, I got excited again. I like starting companies, I like working for myself, so it got me excited. It definitely got me energized.
So you're not working alone there, I saw it on the...
Yeah, I have some freelance coaches,
How did that go?
Well, the thing is, after about a year and a half, not too long ago, after being a coach for a year and a half, I noticed that, of course, I have experience and I have an opinion on how you could build a career, but there's different opinions, and my opinion doesn't work for everyone. So I thought, you know what, let's connect the top from the industry right now, like Bassjackers and Firebeats, connect them to my company, and let them do the consultancy and the coaching as well every now and then, if people would like to do it, because it's pretty exclusive that you can talk to a current top artist and ask them for their opinions and ask them for their experiences and ask them for advice. So that's why that thought came in. I started noticing, like, I felt like I've reached my max and I wanted to gain a different experience for some clients.
Yeah, that's amazing. So if I would be a young new DJ, I want to know, like, how to develop a good DJ career. What was the first step?
And do you already make music, or do you have to get started with everything?
Everything.
Everything.
From the first step on, I decided tomorrow I want to be a DJ.
Okay, well, to become a DJ right now, you have to make music, or at least you have to have music. So either you find someone who makes the music for you, like a ghost producer or a co-producer, or you spend time developing yourself and training yourself to start making music, because that's where the core is right now as a DJ. I think it's really hard to just be a DJ now. You have to do more than that. So the first focus for you should be learning how to make music, or to find someone who is able to make it and you just take him into your brand and company.
So if you're a DJ and you're not able to produce your own songs, are you allowed to tell?
I think you are. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing at all, as long as you're just open about it and tell people how it works. If you have a look at, let's say, bass checkers, they have completely divided the work. Like, Ralph is the producer, and they communicate it to the outside world, like, hey, I'm the producer, I won't be on stage, I won't be on tour, I just make the music. And then you have Marlon, who's the DJ. So he's a guy on stage, he's the face of the brand as well. So they're just open about it, and I think that's the strong point behind it.
Looks like that.
I think you should focus on your strengths, you know, like, it's hard to do everything by yourself. Like, everyone has a certain skill set, and if you suck at making music, or if you just aren't capable of making that level of music, that kind of level that you want to reach, it might be a smart idea to take someone on your brand and lift you to that level.
Do you think it's sad that it's just now, these days, it's not just about the music, it's more about the artist?
Yeah, it's about the brand. It's about music. Music is important because it all starts with music, of course. Without music, there's nothing to market and nothing to brand. But yeah, the brand and the story behind the brand have been really important right now. Yeah.
So you have been here yesterday and today.
Yep.
So what would you say about young people to go to a conference like that?
I think if you're from Germany or anywhere around Munich, it's definitely a great way to get to know people from the industry. It's a great way to get knowledge from people from the industry, like label managers or coaches or whatever you want to learn something from. I definitely see this as a big thing for the future. I've already heard the past 2 years were smaller, so there's growth, and I think in the future it will definitely become a bigger and bigger platform. And it's well organized, I must say. Like, hats off.
Yeah. Would you say like going here for auditions and stuff is really helpful?
Yeah, you have the demo sessions in the car, so you can actually sit next to the A&Rs and show them your music and get the feedback in real life, which is exclusive in my opinion, because who listens to music still and gives feedback? So that's an option, and I've been doing the coaching sessions in the car. I think that makes it unique to sit down with the actual person and to speak to them.
Yeah, because normally you just send an email.
Yeah.
File on it.
Exactly. Like, I think we can all agree on the fact that sending emails to A&Rs or whatever DJ isn't really working anymore. So this is a great way to get in touch with those people.
Have you been on the exhibition area?
Yep. Yeah. Looks great as well. Do you mean like where the hardware is station? Yeah, looks great as well. Like, just a few companies exploiting their material, their newest, latest stuff. And I think as a music producer and as a DJ, you just like to twist knobs. So it's fun to go there and to try things out and see what's new and what's new on the market.
Yeah, nice. So thank you, Joey, for your time.
Thank you.
Great interview.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoyed it.
I will. Thank you.